Can you believe it has been 4 long years since the last time we saw the Black Clover anime light up our screens? Some fans swore it might never return, others held firm to hope, and now that fierce devotion is paying off. Big time. So what exactly is happening with Black Clover's grand comeback, and why are so many people calling this a once-in-a-lifetime turning point for the entire franchise? Today, we will plunge right into the heart of the revelations, digging up every tantalizing detail and exploring what this development could mean, not just for the beloved series, but for the ever-expanding world of anime itself. In this script, we will peel back the layers of speculation, discuss the swirling rumors around new footage and release dates, and uncover the thunderous excitement pulsing through the fandom. Get ready, because this is not going to be your ordinary recap. This is the spirited revival of Black Clover that many of us have been craving, and you'll want to hear every last word. The news storm kicked off when whispers started circulating about an impending update for Black Clover's long-dormant anime. At first, many fans were skeptical. After all, the anime ended rather abruptly 4 years ago, leaving viewers clinging to a cliff's edge as the story continued to blaze ahead in manga form. The hush that followed felt like a desert of anticipation. Then came the first hints of life, rumors that Shonen Jump's pages would soon reveal something monumental. It was not until the final days before the official confirmation that skeptics began biting their tongues. Shonen Jump's 31st issue proclaimed that the next installment, set to land on July 7th, 2025, would feature special Black Clover news, and yes, it specifically said it would be about the anime. That one statement ignited a frenzy of speculation across social media, with fans asking the urgent question, at last, are we truly getting Season 5? Before we dive headlong into the potential for Season 5, let's rewind and consider the significance of this moment. Black Clover first took the world by storm upon its anime debut, winning hearts with its tenacious protagonist Asta, who, despite lacking magical abilities in a realm defined by mystical powers, refuses to surrender or bow to limitations. The series soared when it burst onto the scene, courtesy of its lively characters, comedic undertones, and a storyline that balanced themes of rivalry, brotherhood, and perseverance. However, as the anime raced ahead, eventually catching up to the manga content, production had to make a careful decision to pause before risking a slew of filler arcs or half-baked expansions. Although some fans were left disappointed, most understood the logic behind stepping away temporarily, yet few expected that temporary break to last this long. Part of the reason for prolonged silence has to do with the anime industry's tumultuous schedule and the relentless demands placed on production staff. In that sense, it may have been a blessing in disguise. With additional time, the hype surrounding Black Clover's eventual return has now swelled to extraordinary proportions. After 4 years, it is as if the entire fandom is perched at the edge of its seat, longing to reunite with Asta, Yuno, Noelle, and the whole Black Bulls Brigade. Exacerbating this fervor is the fact that the manga itself, authored by the imaginative Yuki Tabata, seems to be barreling through what appears to be the final arc of the story. That overlap means the next big anime push could potentially lead us into the tail end of the beloved saga, unless, of course, there are unanticipated plot twists or expansions that no one can foresee. Either way, fans are itching for a fresh injection of official content. When it comes to hitting milestone anniversaries, few coincidences feel as momentous as Black Clover's recent 10-year mark for the original manga. Think about it, 10 years of world-building, demonic battles, comedic training sequences, and heartfelt rivalries culminating in a perfect moment to thrust the anime back into the spotlight. As part of this milestone, fans have speculated about a potential special event or an exhibit that recounts the journey of these iconic characters, from their humble beginnings in a small forsaken village to triumphs in the sprawling capital. But the new rumors promise something even more substantial, something that suggests we may get a real continuation of the anime narrative we have been missing. Whether we will see full adaptation arcs or just a special feature for the time being is still unknown, but all signs point to something big on the horizon. It is no secret that Shonen Jump takes great care in planning announcements that coincide with major expos, especially ones of global significance. This year, Anime Expo 2025 is commanding attention from fans worldwide, thanks to a flurry of new trailers, announcements of budding series, and updates to fan favorites. So far, we have heard about expansions to various anime universes, collaborations that cross from Japan to global streaming platforms, and breakthroughs that underscore the unstoppable wave of anime fandom worldwide. Against that backdrop, the timing for Black Clover's big reveal is almost too perfect to be a mere coincidence. While official messaging says the big reveal is coming in the 32nd issue of Shonen Jump, historically, leaks or partial confirmations have a way of sneaking out during these global events. Whether that leak is orchestrated or not, the synergy between the expo and the magazine release date is stirring the pot of excitement. So, what do fans really want from Black Clover this time around? The universal cry is for Season 5, naturally. Those who have faithfully followed the story are eager to see how certain pivotal arcs will look on screen. Some recall that the last anime episodes teased major showdowns, yet we have barely begun to see the earth-shattering confrontations that the manga has detailed in subsequent chapters. Others are hoping for brand-new OVA specials, or perhaps a cinematic adaptation that condenses crucial story arcs. And then there are speculations about original content, possibly bridging the gap between arcs, though that tends to be less common in the Black Clover universe. The fandom has no shortage of ideas, but the clear majority crave a direct, official continuation that picks up the story from the exact point it paused 4 years ago. We all want to see Asta's stellar comedic timing, Yuno's unyielding ambition, and the entire cast's dynamic interplay in glorious animated form once again. Let us not forget that anime creates a cultural ripple effect, influencing cosplay trends at conventions, fueling creative fan art that sweeps across social media, and even impacting the popularity rankings of other shows. A major blockbuster return for Black Clover would inevitably have ramifications beyond the confines of the series itself, potentially boosting the audience for shonen titans like One Piece or My Hero Academia. After all, when any beloved anime experiences a renaissance, fans across different fandoms often tune in to see what the hype is about, possibly discovering new favorites in the process. For the standards of modern shonen, Black Clover has an especially broad demographic reach, appealing to viewers looking for comedic camaraderie, intricate magical lore, and larger-than-life battles. This broad appeal suggests that an anime comeback could be a genuine cultural event, not merely a nostalgic return for longtime loyalists. Now, you might be wondering, what is causing all this friction and hype among the fan base? Why have social media platforms lit up with endless predictions and fan theories? Well, for one thing, fans can sense that we might be heading toward the final climactic arcs in the manga, so any new anime season might finally bring on-screen confrontations that have been teased for ages. Additionally, the fact that we have been starved for legit anime content for 4 whole years has heightened the tension. We are on the verge of witnessing beloved characters make momentous choices, do battle with unstoppable foes, and potentially unravel mysteries that have been set up since the earliest days of the series. If you are excited just hearing that, feel free to give this content a like, show some love, and let everyone know you are ready for the big reveal. Remember the doubts that took root when the anime originally ended? Some corners of the internet insisted that the abrupt stopping point indicated poor ratings or a storyline lacking momentum. Others believed the show was simply biding its time because the manga required more runway for fresh arcs. If you ask the fans, many prefer that the anime extended its hiatus rather than risk shoehorned filler arcs that stray from the series' core storyline. Black Clover's strength lies in its ability to weave comedic relief, intense fights, and profound camaraderie around a purposeful narrative thread. Stacking up filler arcs would have potentially damaged that cohesion. In a sense, these 4 years of waiting might have been the best possible outcome, if it means the anime can come back with the momentum it needs to do justice to this final push of the story. Still, we would be lying if we did not admit that fans feel an undercurrent of wariness. After all, some announcements of new anime updates recently turned out to be special merchandise lines, live-action stage plays, or celebratory events rather than the full-blown series revivals that fans had been anticipating. Could that happen again here? Technically, yes. The official statement from Shonen Jump teased news related to the Black Clover TV anime, but it never explicitly said Season 5 is happening. That is why many fans remain on the edge of cautious optimism. Nonetheless, the energy behind this reveal, coupled with the hype swirling around the franchise's anniversary, strongly hints at something more substantial than a mere keychain collection or a traveling art exhibit. At the very least, the wave of excitement is so large that even a small cameo or an OVA-style special would cause a major reaction among fans. But an official next season would blow the roof off. That said, even if we do get a Season 5 announcement, fans cannot help but speculate how far the adapted content will go. Will it catch us up to the manga's most recent arcs, or will it only adapt a portion to keep a healthy buffer between the anime and the source material? The manga is, by many accounts, careening toward a grand finale. If the anime rushes to catch up, we may find ourselves in the same predicament that forced the show to pause 4 years ago. Alternatively, the animation team might opt for a split-core approach, releasing one chunk of episodes covering a particular arc, then taking a break before delivering the climactic chapters. Either way, pacing will be critical. After all this waiting, the worst possibility would be a rushed or uneven adaptation. From the perspective of voice actors and production staff, the stakes feel equally high. Returning to a property with such an eager fan base means that the pressure to maintain top-tier animation quality, consistent voice performances, and thoughtful pacing is more intense than ever. Over the past 4 years, the anime landscape has shifted immensely, especially as more studios strive for cinematic-level visuals, complex storytelling, and synergy with streaming platforms. If Black Clover's new episodes can reflect modern production standards while building on the emotional resonance fans already have for the storyline, we could see an era-defining comeback. On the other hand, any dip in quality would be magnified by high expectations. So, one hopes the creative forces behind the show have used this extended hiatus to prepare meticulously. One question that keeps cropping up is how the anime staff will handle the buffed powers, new transformations, and shocking alliances that the manga has introduced post-hiatus. There is no shortage of mind-blowing revelations on the horizon, including the deeper role of devils and deities, the evolving relationships within the Clover Kingdom, and the near-apocalyptic threats that overshadow everything. As secrets unravel, we learn that some alliances may be more fragile than they initially appeared, and new foes might surpass any prior enemy we have encountered. The Black Bulls, in particular, have had a dramatic journey, each member facing personal trials that reflect their unique growth arcs. Bringing all of this to life is the ultimate challenge, and if done correctly, will undoubtedly call forth enormous hype from longtime fans and newcomers alike. Naturally, every major anime revival also begs the question, can it lure back fans who drifted away, or new viewers who might become enthralled by the story? The weight of 4 years is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it risks losing audience momentum. On the other, it builds an aura of longing that could cause a tidal wave of fresh interest when it finally returns. One might compare it to the hush before a massive storm. People anticipate the roar of thunder, and when it arrives, there is a mesmerizing sense of awe. If you want to keep close watch on that storm and dive deeper into every aspect of Black Clover's reawakening, you might consider subscribing. That way, you will not miss out on any updates or behind-the-scenes revelations that swirl around this massive comeback. We also cannot overlook the potential synergy between this reemergence and other titles from the same publisher. One intangible factor that benefits Black Clover is the camaraderie found in the pages of Shonen Jump. When a treasured series returns, its popularity can cross-promote other stories in the magazine, and vice versa. Readers of Jujutsu Kaisen or My Hero Academia might peek at Black Clover if the buzz is strong enough, boosting the entire ecosystem. This cyclical effect of curiosity often fosters fresh crossovers and fan collaborations, leading to cosplay mashups and fan art that merges different universes. On top of that, the international anime community is more connected than ever. The moment Shonen Jump's 32nd issue hits the shelves, fans worldwide will share, meme, and dissect every piece of news, magnifying the effect of any official reveal. Those who remain cautious have pointed out that certain announcements coincide with a flurry of marketing campaigns. Could the series be aiming to unleash new merchandise or even a promotional short film rather than a full season? Perhaps, but the momentum behind this particular reveal feels different. In the lead-up to this moment, multiple reliable sources have hinted that big plans are in store. Additionally, the fact that the manga is nearing its finale heightens the possibility that the anime creators want to deliver a definitive adaptation that covers the most climactic chapters. Imagine the synergy of celebrating the 10-year anniversary, unveiling a revived anime, and simultaneously building excitement for a final confrontation that might mark the end of the entire Black Clover saga. That trifecta is too dazzling to ignore. Still, life always contains a certain measure of unpredictability, and that is part of the thrill. Maybe the news is about a crucial side project that sets the stage for a bigger anime revival in the near future. Maybe it is about a high-profile collaboration where Asta teams up with another iconic Jump character in a short crossover promotional piece, which would be quite epic in its own right. It is possible that the unexpected is the real gift fans do not see coming. Yet the collective gut feeling of the fandom is that we stand on the verge of a new season, or at least something extremely close to it. The timing, the leaks, the coverage in Shonen Jump's promotional text, everything lines up to suggest that the next major wave of Black Clover anime content is rumbling just beneath the surface. For the faithful who have stuck with this series from day one, it is going to be a sweet vindication. Armed with dogged determination, these fans never let anyone tell them that Black Clover would fade away. Instead, they champion the story's unique charm and sense of family within the Black Bulls. Even though the anime went silent, the manga soared forward, revealing secrets of devils, angels, and dimensions beyond typical magical comprehension. Now, as that narrative approaches its crescendo, it only makes sense to bring the anime adaptation up to speed. If done well, it will be the perfect synergy, weaving the final arcs of the manga with the renewed momentum of the anime to produce an emotional finale that resonates for years to come. At this point, every clue suggests that next week's official reveal from Shonen Jump's 32nd issue will deliver meaningful details, far beyond a footnote or a fleeting rumor. The mention in the magazine's preview singled out the television anime, confirming that the subject under discussion is definitely not about the manga's progress alone. And given the hugging intensity of the fan community, if the magazine releases details on a reboot, a fresh season, or any big visual production, social media is going to explode. That hype train is unstoppable, rocketing forward with the unstoppable willpower reminiscent of Asta's refusal to accept defeat. Whatever shape this announcement ultimately takes, whether a theatrical film, a glorious return to weekly episodes, or an extremely polished streaming miniseries, it is certain to redraw the spotlight onto a story that has proven again and again that it can stand among giants like Naruto and Bleach. Black Clover's formula of underdog resilience is timeless, appealing to anyone who has ever felt they had to fight twice as hard just to catch up. The synergy of dynamic characters, lavish magical battles, and comedic everyday life has carved a sacred place in the hearts of fans across the globe. With so much at stake, this next chapter might be the grand crescendo that cements its legacy, or even catapults it to new heights. Many are daring to hope that this big reveal will confirm the rumored production in progress for a brand new season that picks up right where the show left off. Others think it might be an exquisitely produced special that sets the stage for the final confrontation. One can only imagine the possibilities. New suit designs, fresh introspective arcs for characters like Noelle and Yami, and never-before-seen expansions of the world's magical systems. After the significant leaps made in the manga, the next waves of animation could be truly awe-inspiring if the animators go all out to capture every burst of magic, every heartfelt moment of triumph, and every emotional setback on the long road to victory. Ultimately, no matter what the official reveal states, we are witnessing a jubilant moment for Black Clover. The mere fact that we are finally getting tangible confirmation from the magazine that originally championed this series is cause for celebration. The timing, just ahead of and around Anime Expo 2025th year, amplifies the feeling that something epic is brewing in the background. Whether you have been a fan from episode 1 or you are considering jumping in for the first time, keep your eyes peeled for the unveiling. When that big moment hits, you can bet the entire internet will be ablaze in a matter of minutes. Then the real fun begins, analyzing every cryptic trailer, debating potential voice actors returning for new arcs, and drawing fresh fan art that captures the next phase of Asta's journey. So, prepare yourself, because soon, the hush of these lengthy 4 years will be shattered by an avalanche of new content. It is about time, is it not? The undying hope fans have poured into this series is about to be rewarded. The only question left is whether you, too, will be swept up in the whirlwind of devil-battling, kingdom-saving heroics. If you are itching to see how the final arcs unfold, or if you simply crave more comedic banter from Asta's troupe of eccentric companions, then this may well be the biggest anime experience of the decade for you. Brace yourselves for the official update, There may never be a better time to be a Black Clover fanatic.